This lady came to us and she had these tumors. Put my hand on her, and my hand just began to move, and the lumps that were there were no longer there.
That was Cori Bush, who is the representative for the 1st District of Missouri, claiming that she healed a woman's tumors by simply touching them when she encountered her on the street. Now obviously, because this is just a story, I can't really refute this, but I found it entertaining and I wanted to put it on here. The one thing that I would note is Cori Bush is a member of the squad and is kind of the equivalent to what I would consider to be like a Marjorie Taylor Greene on the Republican side, meaning that she's an outspoken member of Congress and she often gets criticism from her own party or the establishment within her own party. So just imagine for a second if Marjorie Taylor Greene went on PBS and said that she cured tumors by touching them. I'm guessing there would have been a large amount of pushback from the interviewer, which of course in this case there really isn't much at all. So with that said, here's the full clip of Cori Bush claiming to have cured tumors.
You're a pastor.
Yes.
You write about healing through faith. At one point, you came across a woman with, quote, several visible tumors on her torso. Tell me what happened.
So at that time, I, along with a group of friends, we would go out on the street and just meet with people and pray with people and offer them food. And this lady came to us and she had these tumors. I mean, she wanted us to like feel them. And I just remember I put my hand on her, and my hand just began to move, and the lumps that were there were no longer there. And she was so happy and she like went on about her day. And I never saw her again.
So you think the tumors disappeared?
I do. And this woman was unhoused. She's someone who, had been sleeping in the shelters and sleeping on the street. If I can speak a prayer, and I can believe what I believe and you believe that this will help you, then why not offer that to people? Because I know prayer has helped me.
As a trained nurse, you're a member of the medical community. How do you think about those spiritual healings versus medical healings? Yeah,
spiritual healing it's a part of what you believe, and the medical healing it's a similar thing, because I'm going to believe that this treatment that this doctor is giving me is going to help me in my situation. And so as the nurse, I am following the doctor's instructions and giving them whatever the doctor says that they should have. And also for those patients that would say, would you also pray with me? I would pray with them. And so it's the same thing that I would do on the street.
What do you say to people who are likely to disbelieve that story?
They're not the woman that had the tumors.
If you're unfamiliar with Bush, here are some highlights from the past few years, which include her own hypocrisy when it comes to private security versus defunding the police for the public. She claimed that abortion is a lifeline, that Democrats do not want to ban gas stoves, but they are just regulating indoor air pollution. And she claimed during a congressional hearing that you can't say she's wrong because she's black.
Congressman, before we let you go, let me ask you about something else aside from the moratorium. You faced some criticism in recent weeks over your push to defund the police. Campaign records show that you spent roughly $70,000 on private security, and some critics say that move is hypocritical. What's your response to those critics?
They would rather I die? You would rather me die? Is that what you want to see? You want to see me die? I have private security because my body is worth being on this planet right now. I have private security because the white supremacist, racist narrative that they drive into this country. If I end up spending $200,000, if I spend $10 more on it, you know what? I get to be here to do the work. So suck it up, and defunding the police has to happen. We need to defund the police.
It's more than a double standard. It's not only a double standard. The double standard is like we're just sitting here talking and, you're saying, hey, that's hypocritical. But, this is coming from a leader.
Under the Biden-Harris administration, the Department of Labor finalized a rule reversing a Trump-era regulation that prevented retirement plan fiduciaries from considering ESG data when seeking to maximize investment returns for plan participants. The Securities and Exchange Commission is also working on rulemakings to require publicly traded companies to disclose climate risk information and make ESG disclosures more standardized, more consistent, and more reliable. When you say I'm anti-woke, when you talk about wokeness, you're saying I'm anti-black and I don't want black people to speak up for themselves. I don't want equality and justice for black folks. So whatever else is being thrown around, unless you are saying I'm racist, white supremacist, and I'm bigoted, stop talking about wokeness. And you can't tell me that I'm wrong because I'm from the very movement where this came about. Don't let a fascist tell you what being woke means. This proposed rule is not a ban on gas stoves. This proposed rule is not a ban on gas stoves. We are regulating indoor air pollution.
Same, but different, but still same.
This is a historic day. This is the day that we say reparations now, and we say it by way of introducing legislation into the congressional record. I'm here with none other than Congresswoman Barbara Lee and all the advocates, the coalition of folks that have been doing this reparations work. Say hey, everybody! Reparations now. We're about to go out and introduce this bill, but who got something they want to say?
Run us our money now.
Now. Medication abortion is a lifeline. It's a lifeline for the person working multiple jobs who can't afford to take a day off work because wages are too low or they don't have paid sick leave. It's a lifeline for the mom of two who can't afford childcare or who can't find that affordable child care. It's a lifeline for the person who lives hundreds of miles away from the nearest clinic and does not have reliable transportation. It's a lifeline for the trans folks who face transphobia and bigotry because of anti-LGBT plus laws and outrageous bans on a gender-affirming care.
No shame in your illness. Please seek help